Nick, 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 Nickelodeon.
Today we're going to be learning how to make our own animated character. So first of all, the first thing you're going to do is go to Google and search Moho. And I know a lot of y'all immature ass niggas out there is thinking, homo. That's like how a nigga with dyslexia would say homo. But so you're gonna click on Moho Pro 13, and as you see here, this bitch is $400. Yeah, I don't think y'all balling like that. I know I ain't. Shit. So I'm gonna suggest you get the 30-day free trial, and once the trial has worn out, you can go and type in Moho debut, click on Moho debut 13, then you can get this version for $60, which is like nothing. But if you ain't got $60, then yeah, you're fucked. But you should have $60, or at least you could ask your parent if you're like a kid or something. It's just $60 fucking, you feel me? So let me show you what the difference is between Moho debut and Moho Pro. Again, stupid ass name. See, look, it used to be called Anime Studio. So none of this really matters. All this shit is fucking retarded bullshit. These are the differences here. So the only ones that matter are the animation length and the audio tracks. So the animation length, it says for debut it's only 2 minutes, 3,000 frames, and then for Anime Studio Pro or Moho Pro it's unlimited. So the thing is, this doesn't even matter that much, to be honest. All of my scenes, not all of them, but most of them are under 3,000 frames. So the fact that you can do 3,000 frames, that's all you really need, to be honest. I rarely go over 3,000 frames, like dead ass. So that doesn't matter at all. But this one right here, the audio tracks, having 2 only, that's a bit fucked, to be honest. 2 tracks is like, that's fucking bullshit, to be honest. That is real fucked up. I'm gonna drop a video showing you guys how to bypass this. Just let me know in the comment section if you want to know, or if you don't give a fuck. Like, I don't fucking know. But I can show you how to do this. All you have to do is download FL Studio, which is free. Like, get the FL Studio demo, which is 100% free, and then I can show you how to bypass this bullshit. All right, so let's get to the animating. All right, so now I'm gonna drag this in here. All right, so what I like to do is I like to sketch. I like to draw a little sketch, and I scan it and put it in my computer, drag it into Anime Studio or Moho in your case, because I have like an old copy, and then I pretty much trace my sketch. So here I have, this is that character from South Park where it was like Ben Affleck's dad. He has like a butt for a head with like ass face, and also he has like 1 foot, so I guess he's like crippled or something. So we're gonna be basically tracing this. Let's make it a little smaller. That's good, that's perfect. All right. So what I'm gonna do first is go down here to bone and create a bone that says ass face. It gives you 1 layer automatically, so what I do is I drag the layer into the character bone that I create. Otherwise it's just going to waste. And then the picture you're tracing, if you want to do it that way, you don't have to trace anything. The picture that I scanned into my computer, that's what that's going to be the bottom layer. you put it on top, it's gonna, yeah, you don't want to put it on top. All right, so you're gonna click on this right here, the add point tool. I'm gonna zoom in. All right, let's get started. So what I gotta do is this, and then now that this is invisible, all right, let me add another vector. You have to add vectors. That's what you put inside of the bones. So you gotta add a vector. Then I'm gonna come over here, and now the ass face is invisible. That's what you have to do if you have to add shit. So if you're making a face, you make the actual head. You have to add the specifics, you know, fucking the facial features. Then you'd have to make that invisible, and then you can start working on shit. Start tracing again. And there's something I'm about to show you in a second. This right here, this is the hide edge tool, and all you gotta do is left click and swipe. Otherwise there would be a line right here. I'll show you in a second. So there's a line, swipe. So now that's gone, and now as you can see, the white is over the line, so it looks like shit. So what I'm gonna do is this. You feel me? This removes whatever the color is inside of your vector. All right. All right. So now let's make a new vector, and this vector is gonna be his shirt. Actually, his arms have to move. Yeah, I'm tripping. Shit. All right, so basically what I was doing was I was tracing his arms and his torso together. You can't do that. You have to do the torso and the arms separately. My dumb ass is just over here trying to rush and shit. I'm not really using my noggin. Alright, so this is his torso. And you can name your shit if you want to. I personally don't, because I'm lazy. Yeah, this is the torso. So that's his torso. And again, I'm gonna make it invisible so I can do what's on top of the torso. The torso has to go under the head, of course. Everything else that's on top of the torso goes on top of the torso. So let's do this little collar for a shirt. But hold on. So, before, I don't know why, this, like I said, the software is retarded, so it took off sharp corners. I always have sharp corners turned on. As you can see, if you don't have sharp corners if you don't have sharp corners turned on, your shit's gonna curve like this. You see how it's curving? Kind of curvy a little bit. See? So we don't want that. You can use that, like it worked. It helped a lot with the head because the head is round. I still never change it because again, this app is glitchy and sometimes it doesn't let you change it. I mean, it'll let you change it, but you'll have to restart the software for it to actually work. Like even if you change it sometimes, it'll still be the one that it was before you changed it. It is fucking, again, the software, super fucking glitchy, but it's the cheapest and easiest to use. Okay, so this time it didn't make me fucking restart for it to work, so awesome. Okay, that's the collar. And now the tie. The tie will go under the collar. That way you don't have to be all super fucking precise and shit. You can just fucking put it all the way into the collar like I'm doing right now. Alright, so now we gotta get this line right here. This line, put it in front of the tie. Alright, just fucking make a line, and you have to close everything. That's why I'm not gonna just make a line. You have to close it, and then you grab the hide edge tool. So we're gonna bring this back, and then blow. And again, I'm just gonna remove the fill, even though I don't have to technically right now. Now we got the majority of his shirt. Now we gotta do his sleeves. It's coming out pretty good. Pretty good here, ass face. Looking pretty good there, ass face. With your one leg. Oh, you're so adorable with your ass face and your one leg. Aw. Alright, so and this, go to the top, put the sleeves. The arms and the sleeves are gonna go on top of that. I'm actually gonna make a new bone within the ass face bone, and this bone is gonna be called arm. And what I'm gonna do is what I do all the time, just to save time. I'll only draw one limb. I'll draw one arm, one leg, and then I'll just I'll duplicate it with this button right here. Reference layer. That's how you duplicate the layer. So I usually go with the left side, but this one looks kind of wonky. That's even a word. So I'm gonna do the right side. Technically that is the left side because that's his left side. But yeah. So just let's see. Start right here. Wait, hold on. I didn't even put this in the arm layer. There we go. This. Yeah, and if you're wondering, like, yeah, ass face doesn't have any facial features. Like, he has a ass crack, yes, in the center of his face, but he doesn't have like a mouth or eyes or a nose. The nose is irrelevant, but I am gonna do another video showing you guys how to make like eyes move. I mean, by move, of course, I mean blink. I'm gonna show you guys how to make eyes blink, and I'm gonna show you how to make someone talk, like make their mouth move. So that's gonna be two separate videos. I am gonna give him eyes and a mouth, even though Ass Face on South Park did not have eyes or a mouth or a nose. He just had fucking an ass face. He would talk through his ass crack, through his booty hole, and he would fart as he talked, like how some people like spit when they talk. He would fart as he talked. If you haven't seen that episode, I recommend it. Fucking hilarious. Ooh, completely forgot about something. Actually, I'm tripping. I am tripping. Okay, let's make a new vector. I'm actually gonna name this one because it's very important. Very, very, very important. And this is called the arm pivot. Actually, I think I'm even gonna make a whole new bone for that. That's so fucking important. Arm pivot vector, and arm pivot bone. And let me show you what an arm pivot is. There's arm pivots and there's leg pivots. So let me show you what that is. I'm probably gonna make his elbow or his arms a little uneven because the sleeve rolled up. It's probably gonna get in the way. All right, so what I'm gonna do is switch. Right now it's on square or oval. Okay, it's on rectangle. I'm gonna put it on oval. So that's how I make shit round. I'm gonna hold down shift and then left click. That makes your shit even. Like, look, if I don't hit shift first, it's gonna be like this. But after hitting shift, it can't be uneven. No matter where you go, it's always gonna be even. So shift, left click. All right, like I said, I know this is not like where his elbow should be, but like his rolled up sleeve is kind of getting in the way. So if anything, I'll put it up as much as possible, like right there. All right, make it a little smaller. Shift, left click. And I'm a really bad teacher. If I'm fucking up, if there's something you're confused about, let me know. I know I fucking suck as a teacher, so let's make that back visible. Click on that. This is how thick your your stroke is going to be. The stroke being the outside line again. So make that 2. That's way too big. I like to make mine red. That's the way I was taught. I mean, I wasn't taught, but someone gave me some advice. Some very, very wise advice. And this is the example. The example he showed me was red, so that's what I like to do. So again, all I did was I copied it with the reference layer, and I shrunk it down. I just shift left clicked it on the top left edge, right edge, bottom right, bottom left, it doesn't matter, and then just drag it in, make it big, small, whatever. So now we got the arm pivot done. So now what we're gonna do is this. Hold on. Okay, the arm pivot has to be visible. So let me take the arm pivot out temporarily. Okay, so now the arm pivot is out. Now we can do this. And afterwards, I'll drag it right back in. All right, so let's continue where we left off. Right there. So what you have to do is, when you're making the arm, you're gonna follow the lines. I didn't follow right here because the sleeve is gonna go over it. That's why I let it like sharp and whatever. There's nothing to follow in here. Just make sure it comes down, back on track on the arm. Then we're gonna go right around the arm pivot. Damn, this video is coming up way longer than I thought it was going to. Holy shit. I really thought I could knock this out in like 5 to 10 minutes. How ignorant of me. How fucking ignorant. Alright. See, this is why it takes so long for my videos to come out, you know? It's so much work. I guess that's fine. Looks kind of shitty. Hold on. I think I'm gonna hold on. That look like shit. Come in right here. And then that's better. I think that's better. I'm trying to get it. That's good. That's good. All right. So, and this is what we're gonna do now. Okay. So this is the bicep. This is the top part of your arm. The bicep. The pivot is your elbow. So now we gotta do the forearm. Again, I don't name anything, I'm sorry if you get lost. I don't name shit, because again, I'm lazy. And I want the video to be short as well, so I'm not naming a goddamn thing, alright? Except for the arm pivot. And probably the leg pivot, because like I said, it's very important. Where should I start? Start right here. And in case you're wondering why we make arm pivots and leg pivots, the whole purpose of that is when you make your character walk or you make his arm move, or his leg move, it's gonna, if you don't put a pivot when you bend a limb, like a leg or an arm, it's gonna look super fucked up. Super fucked up. If you don't put a pivot, it's gonna look dumb crazy, bro. It's gonna look mad stupid, dog. So you really should do that. There's no wrist pivot. There's no wrist pivot. That's unnecessary. But arm pivots and leg pivots are vital, unless you want your animation to look like absolute fucking garbage. Then feel free to not make an arm or a leg pivot. Okay, so let's now make the hand. Okay, let's make the hand. And in most cases, it doesn't matter which goes on top of which. The hand, the forearm, the bicep. I mean inside of the bone. Like, it doesn't matter the order at all. Usually, there's certain circumstances where you will have to switch them around, depending on the character. You know. Let's just do this really quickly. That's good. Damn, that thumb looks fucked. I'm a perfectionist. I'm gonna fix that thumb real quick. This is the add point layer. I think I mentioned that already. I for sure did actually. So you can just, if you want to fix something, just click on it, and now you have a new point. Shit, I fucked up. All right, let me fucking. Yeah. If you want to move a point, you go to the transform points tool. And you just fucking. Okay. So now he has an arm, and holy fucking shit, it made all the strokes red because the pivot point. So what I'm gonna do is make them all black again. Make America black again. Cause like Make America great again is really Make America white again. So yeah. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so got a bit of a problem here. This should be invisible. Honestly, since this is a South Park character, he really shouldn't have any strokes being the outer lines here, but his head kind of needs a stroke, but it's gonna look weird because the ass crack definitely needs a stroke. So I'm gonna leave the strokes, but I'm gonna make the inner strokes disappear. The inner strokes being the ones like right here, this line. I'm gonna make all those disappear. Alright, cool. Alright, awesome. Yeah, that's how South Park does it. There's no strokes. So yeah. And this is going into the face. I forgot it was under. So that being said, first of all, I'm gonna hide this right here. It's kind of wonky right there. Actually, let me just. Shit. So if you want to select on something and everything is selected, just click on some random place and then it'll unselect everything. And we'll come back down here and cover that up because you can see his torso right there. Just cover that up. Then I'm going to drag this down a bit because it's a little on top of the face. Perfect. All right. Perfect. So now we gotta. Right, let's hide the torso. Where the fuck is the goddamn shit? Alright, cool. We're gonna hide that temporarily. It was getting in the way. We have to make the collar finally, or whatever. Alright. Again, let's draw this real fucking quick, as quickly as possible. Got my OCD kicking my ass. I swear I'm such a perfectionist, it drives me fucking crazy. So now we've got that down. So our whole arm is done. So what I'm gonna do now is start changing colors because we're gonna have to copy this and move it on over here to this side. So I don't wanna have to change the colors twice. All right, so I'll make this like a lightish blue, I guess. That's fine. And the rest of it, that's a pivot. That's not a pivot. Let's get rid of the pivot. Okay, so sometimes you'll click on something and it'll say like the fill and the strokes, like you won't be able to actually click on them. Like they'll look like kind of transparent like they are right now. So what you'll have to do is click on this right here in the fill section, select shape tool, and then you'll go to whatever you've selected and just click on it like in anywhere. You can click on it fucking anywhere. Like if you click on it here, if you click anywhere else, then it's not gonna do the goddamn thing. Look, I'm gonna click on the tide. See, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. So click on the bicep or whatever fucking shit, and go to fill. Let's make this fucking blue. Maybe blue. There we go. Oh shit. Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. Okay. Oh wait, no, I'm not tripping. Okay, so my bad. Shit. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do something. See, as you can see, if the sleeve is rolled up, then this should be skin. All this is skin. Yeah, all this is skin. So, yeah, this should not be blue. So what I'm gonna do is this, watch. All right, so we're gonna duplicate that. So now we have a layer on top of the shirt even, and watch this. Watch how simple this is. You're gonna come up here to delete edge, grab that delete edge tool, and you're just gonna left click, hold, and just scroll. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a phone ringing in the background. Please ignore that. My house, like, I swear this house is stuck in the 1970s. All right, so we grabbed the add point tool and we closed it off. See, I deleted the top half that is actual shirt, and then I left the part that is arm. And again, this is behind the rolled up sleeve part right here, so you can go as much into it as you want to, because it's under it. You won't be able to see whatever you just put in it. You're not gonna be able to see it. So let's make a skin color now. I'm gonna go back to the first one that I duplicated. No, actually, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm not. Okay, I thought I had to grab that. I did not have to do that, actually. Go back to that. Go to fill. And ass face is white. So that's funny. It automatically made it black. I guess it's just gonna be a black ass face. It literally just perfectly went to brown, so fuck it. And you're gonna go to the hide edge tool. As you see, they got all this shit right here. Oops. Let's go to hide edge, drag it down, get all that removed. Oh shit, because there's two of them. So yeah, let's remove both of those. Perfect. All right. So now should be, that's the hand. Okay. I'm gonna come up here, go to fill, Control C. On Max, it's like what? On Max, it's like Command C, I think. Whenever I say Control, if you're on a Mac, you should know by now you have to replace Control with Command. I believe it's called Command. I haven't had a Mac in probably like fucking 10 years. Macs are trash, sorry. If you're a Mac guy, Macs are absolute fucking garbage. But yeah, so let's go back to the hand. Go to fill. Hide edge, hide edge. And let's go to forearm, Control V. That's all you gotta do every time. Just Control V, and then you can put whatever color you're trying to match right in there. So looking good, looking good. All right. So now, close that. We're ready to duplicate the entire arm bone. So now we've duplicated that. We're gonna come down here to transform layer. Come up here to flip layer horizontally. Clearly this is flip layer vertically, clearly, like that. We're not gonna be using that right now, but I'm just letting you guys know for future references. For future reference. We're gonna drag this over here. For some reason that is uneven. That's gay. Okay, so I'm just gonna extend this. Fuck. Like I said, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. It's fucking wasting your time. I'm not gonna fix that. What I will fix is this at the top. Motherfucker. Cool. Alright. Alright, so let's bring the torso back. And we're gonna copy the sleeve color. Control C or Command C, cancel. Control V or Command V. Now the collar. There we go. Control V, cancel. Oops, that was not supposed to be canceled. Control V, okay. Probably gonna make the tie red because I don't give a shit. Yeah, perfect. This one ugly ass. That is this. This is one ugly ass nigga, bruh. All right. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the knee pivots. The arm pivot. Let's make the knee pivot. Go down to bone. Leg pivot. The pivot is the knee. I call them leg pivots. Alright. Actually, make a vector. Drag that vector into the leg pivot. Shift left click. Go to the select shape tool. I'm gonna make that white. I always make the same color. You don't have to do that. I just fucking have OCD and shit. I'm fucking retarded. Drag that down. All right, now we're ready to make the leg. All right, so come in here. Again, I'm gonna name it leg, so I can duplicate it later and have because you don't have to make a leg bone, but if you want to duplicate it, you do. And the reason I gave him 1 foot, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the only reason I gave him 1 foot was because I was already planning on duplicating it. And the other leg, I actually did draw it, and I was like, why the fuck did I even do that? Because it overlapped the other leg. So I usually just have like one arm, one hand, and one leg, 1 foot. I was just trying to be fancy with y'all. That's why he has 2 limbs. I mean, 2 of each limbs. Except for the foot, obviously. All right, so let's make a vector for the leg. Put it inside the leg. All right, so now we're ready to make our leg. Come down here, like I said. Make sure it ends up right on the line of the pivot, and the top of it can go inside under the torso because it's going to be under the torso anyways. You can't see that shit. I hope this video isn't too long. I feel like it's already been over 20 minutes. It's probably been like fucking 30 minutes by now. Fuck. Again, I'm much more precise usually. I'm just trying to fucking get this shit over with. Alright. See, right here. Fuck. Right here. Fuck. Right here. You see how I did 2 lines? I went like that and then like that. I did that because I'm going to use the hide. That's the wrong one. The hide edge tool, and I'm gonna go wow. So that way, all this is invisible. This one is clearly like an actual line to the crotch, to his testicles, and yeah. So the top half, I have to stop right here and then make another line just so I could hide the top half of it. Or what you could have done is, I'm gonna show you another way you could have done it. Or you can do it like this. all the way so your line is perfectly straight, or as straight as it is in your drawing that you're tracing. If you use my method, drag the leg all the way to the bottom so it's under the torso. So yeah, this is what you could have done also. So I'm gonna make the leg invisible. Where's the leg at? I just moved it. Let's make that invisible. Click on the leg, or you could have done this. So you could just made a straight line and then added a point to where you wanted to stop. Come to hide edge, make the leg visible again, and there you go. So there's two ways of doing that. Now we got the fucking select shape tool. Yeah, select shape tool. I don't know what anything is called. I'm trying to pretend like I know for y'all, like I'm fucking fancy and shit and all knowledgeable, but I don't. I just wait for the fucking shit to pop up so I can tell you, oh yeah, select the select shape tool. I'm a fraud, y'all. I am a fraud. Let's make this black. Let's make the leg pivot invisible. Actually, we cannot make that invisible just yet. So we have to still make the calf slash bottom leg, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So we got the thigh done. Now we gotta work on the calves. Let's get this nigga some calves. Alright, that brain fart. Add point tool. Follow the line. We're almost done, y'all, I promise. So close. Now we can remove the leg pivot. Hide edge. Actually, I don't even have to do that. That was unnecessary. I meant to do this. Okay, awesome possum. Okay, so now let's make the foot. The foot. So this is one of the instances where the shit does have to go into precise order. Like with the arm, I said it usually doesn't matter which order you go in, but the shoe is gonna have to go over the bottom part of the leg. So make sure that that's on the very top of the layers within the leg bone. Let's make this invisible, otherwise you can't see the shit. And after this, we'll be done. For today at least. I'm gonna try and drop a new video tomorrow. Probably not though. I'll probably drop another video on Thursday. Alright, now the foot is done. You make his fucking foot whatever color. I think I'm gonna make his foot, I don't know, either black or brown. That looks okay. And I'll leave his legs, his pants white. Cause again, I'm lazy and I'm trying to fucking finish this shit. I still gotta make his fucking face brown. His ass. Make his ass brown. So let's go to the, okay, copy the color of his skin. And then, oops, I'm going to his face. Where the fuck is his face? Cool. Awesome possum. Almost done here, almost done. Duplicate his leg. Come down to transform layer. Flip it. Shift. Oh yeah, so just like I was saying before, when you shift left click to make a shape not, you know, make the edge all sides even, basically. You can do the same thing to make something go in a straight line. So to make sure the leg is in a completely straight line, completely parallel to the right leg, I'm gonna just hold, I'm gonna hold shift and the left click, and it's gonna be a straight line. It gets kind of fucked up if you see, if you drag it like too far, to get kind of fucked up, but it always comes back on track. So don't worry about that. So I'm gonna put it like that, because if you go like that, hold on. See, like go like that, and it looks kind of stupid in between his legs. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so now he has 2 legs, but this is very, very, very important. The feet. I know, like when you draw something, the feet aren't usually pointed in the same direction, but in order for your character to walk, the feet are gonna have to be facing the same direction. So what I'm gonna do is, again, horizontally flip this. And I'm just gonna drag, shift, left click it. And now you got 2 feet facing the same direction. Control S to save, and we're done. I know this shit looks like trash, but hey man, this shit took like half an hour, maybe even more. So fuck you, alright?